How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? This is Mario Matthews, owner and operator of Minutes Till Dawn Productions. And today's video, we're going to be talking about Cardi B and her political escapades with the Democratic Party, and also Akon and his very, very disrespectful words said on Vlad TV about Black American descendants of slavery and our slave past. But before we get into this video, I would like to inform everyone that we are currently having a GoFundMe campaign for our new book, Hurricane America. Hurricane America is a nonfiction novel based on the 2005 Hurricane Katrina experiences from my perspective and my grandmother's perspective. We are going to be telling the on the ground conditions from before, during, and after the events of Hurricane Katrina that culminated into the just abysmal conditions that Black American descendants of slavery have been subjected to in America. So, you can donate to the GoFundMe campaign in the link in the description below. Please donate whatever you can. It's all good. Thank you. I really appreciate y'all for all the love, all the support, and let's get into the video. All right, so Black celebrities have had a very, very abysmal record when it comes to representing Black American descendants of slavery outside of the arena of whatever their celebrity entails, whether it's sports, whether it's music, whether it's all kinds of different avenues in which they make their bread and butter from. But when they step into the realm of politics, it all goes downhill from there. Okay? It is very rare that celebrities nowadays capture the same energy that Muhammad Ali was able to embody in his time when it came to Black celebrity in the realm of socio-economic political engagement. Okay? Now, in this particular regard, Cardi B has essentially had numerous interviews when it comes to people in the Democratic Party, whether it's Bernie Sanders or nowadays Joe Biden. Okay? And she has, for all intents and purposes, she has become this de facto representative of Black people in America? Really? Really? Since when did Cardi B become our representatives? Since when did Cardi B becomes the go-to person to talk to when it comes to socioeconomic political change and empowerment of Black American descendants of slavery? I remember there was a big debate when it came to Cardi B when it came, like I remember she talked about not being Black. I remember that. Now, mind you, I don't follow celebrities like religiously, especially when it comes to hip hop. Look, I have my favorite artist. I'm pretty sure we all have our favorite artist. But when it comes to like just following them on a daily basis to see what they gotta say and when they say it and all this stuff, like I don't do none of that. Okay, that's way too much time and energy on my hands to live vicariously through other people. However, here we are now. We have a person, Cardi B, who have gone on record saying that she ain't Black and have gone on record and saying that she drugs and robs Black men out of their money. and she's the representative of socioeconomic political engagement when it comes to black people now, huh? This person who are self-proclaimed to be not black and have and robbed people and drugged people out of their money after having sex with them or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't follow the story. I don't care either. But she is not our representative. And Joe Biden, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because you guys are following the same playbook that you have been following for the last 60 years. And it has worked out abysmally for our community. Despite all of the challenges that we've faced in this country, despite all of the blood, the sweat, and the tears that we have had shed in and for this country, all of the wars, every single war black Americans have been in service to. The civil rights movement, black Americans have fought for everybody's civil rights. Black, white, immigrant, doesn't matter. Disabled, everybody. We took those bullets. We shed that blood. Through all of the race riots, black men, black women, business people strung from trees, businesses destroyed, land stolen, white supremacist terrorism ravaging black communities in the South. Through the crack era and mass incarceration, after shipping all of these jobs overseas, all of these factory jobs overseas, leaving communities jobless, and then pumping our communities with drugs and guns, and then having the nerve through the Iran-Contras supplying other countries with weapons at our expense, with money at our expense. And then double backing on that and creating crime laws that you, Joe Biden, were championing to throw millions of black men in prison. And let's, of course, not forget the initial sin of this country, bringing enslaved Africans to this country in order to work them to death, only for the institution of slavery to come to its ultimate conclusion of abolishment. But before you did that, you imported slave women and men and bred us in this country like cattle, like sheep, like dogs. And that brings us to Akon. Now, with all the history that I just mentioned, you, Akon, have gone on record stating that your family immigrated to America only to have children, knowing that they will not be in America for so long. Your parents wanted to give you and your siblings citizenship by birthing them in America, even though they had no plans on staying here. And after you were birthed in America through birthright citizenship that was originally meant for black American descendants of slavery, due to the fact that we were not even considered persons, we were not even considered human in this country. The law was made for us, the descendants of American slavery, to actually receive citizenship by birthright. And yet, your family have taken advantage of that law that was originally meant for us in order to give you American citizenship. And you come to America after growing up in the African country in which you come from. You come to America and you collaborate with numerous Black American hip hop artists in order to birth your career, in order to skyrocket you to the pinnacle of fame here in America and abroad. And for you to come here after all of that, after all of the things that we've helped you accomplish and achieve here in America, for you to come here and tell us to get over slavery, the institution of slavery, all of the destruction, all of the pain, all of the agony that our ancestors went through, and everything afterwards, Jim Crow, the Black Codes, mass incarceration, race riots, for you to then tell us to forget our past, to get over one of the greatest, if not the greatest, atrocity ever to happen in world history? After everything we've done for you. This is the issue that we are having with immigrants who have no inkling of fair and equitable treatment to and from Black American descendants of slavery. This is the issue that we're coming across, okay? Your lack of historical knowledge, your indifferent attitude towards the plight of others, using the gains created from other groups in order for you to propel your own advancement, and the lack of reciprocation based on that which you've accomplished by the blood, sweat, and tears of other people, and yet no attempts, no on record, offhand knowledge of you giving back to the communities in which you have become famous or a part of. These are the ongoing list of grievances that Black American descendants of slavery have when it comes to immigrants who come to this country and benefit off of our struggle, off of our fight. And yet there is nothing that these individuals have done in order to help us. We ain't got nothing to talk about, player. Okay? Immigrant allies, if these types of people exist in your family, in your circle, it would be advantageous to you to distance yourself from these type of people. Engage them respectfully, let them know the wrong of their ways, and let them know that if they don't change their tone, if they don't change their tune, and actually learn American history, and actually learn about the communities in which they engage in, and actually reciprocate the time, the energy, and the resources that has been gained through our community's struggle, pain, suffering, then for all intents and purposes, immigrant allies, you should distance yourself from these people. because they're not allies, they're enemies. That's what they are. Socioeconomic, political enemies. And it needs to be known and it needs to be said. It is time we drew lines in the sand. People like Akon and Cardi B have taken advantage of laws, regulations, rules that were specifically made for Black American descendants of slavery. And now, for all intents and purposes, they become this sort of buffer class Negroes, or lack thereof, who are supposed to be speaking for us for some odd reason, but their actions speak differently. Their actions said that they are purposely taking advantage of a community in shambles. But we have a voice now. We have found our way. We have a guiding light. And most importantly, we have principles in which we live by. Apologies won't save you. Not from this one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Maury Matthews, owner and operator of Menace Till Dawn Productions. Thank you very much for listening, taking the time to chill with your boy. Thank you. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And thank y'all so much. And please consider donating to the GoFundMe campaign. Link is in the description below. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night. Much love.